We are standing on the bank of Hooghly or Ganga in current Kolkata, previous name Calcutta, and further previous name Kolikata when Job Charnock purchased this city. We are on a mission to trace an extinct or dried up river, a branch of Hooghly, Adi Ganga, that existed about 1,000 years back. This is Ganj area in Kolkata at the confluence of Bengal's two heritage rivers, Ganga or Hooghly and Adi Ganga, an almost mythical branch out of Ganga. According to some medieval literature, this water channel of current Adi Ganga was a navigable channel to Bay of Bengal. From many folklore descriptions, it is believed that even 1,000 years back, this channel was the main water line of Ganga to Bay of Bengal. But over the period of time, water flow slowly shifted towards Hooghly River. Today, this holy water line is in badly decaying status, ceased to exist at many stretches, and our project is to trace a possible route of this river from here till Bay of Bengal. The river flows southeast this way from this confluence. The river had many names over the hundreds of years, possibly starting from Ganga. Then, with the water flow reduction, people started calling it Adi Ganga or Budi Ganga. At the time of Job Charnock establishing the city of Calcutta in 1690, this river was so narrow that used to be called Govindpur Nala or Govindpur Creek. We go over the other names as we travel further. This is Munshi Canal bridge at the approach of Khidirpur area, a little southeast from the confluence, and the river flows through here from Hooghly River that way towards Kalighat. Here at this location, almost by the side of river on Khidirpur road, Maharaja Nandakumar, a tax collector of East India Company, was hanged on August 5th, 1775 by Warren Hastings' regime after conviction in a fraud signature case. The Maharaja's last wish was to die near Adi Ganga so that the final rituals could be performed there. Further southeast, this is the river flow in this Kalighat area near the famous Kali temple. This is the holiest stretch of the river because of the Kalighat temple, and often this stretch is called Kali Ganga. A related legend goes that following a bright light emerging from Ganga, Sadhak Atmaram Brahmachari found a fossilized black stone and placed it on a bedi or dais nearby as the image of goddess Kali. The river is believed to be this Ganga. A Kali temple was soon built around the bedi. There are many bathing ghats along this river stretch, and once devotees used to take holy dip in these ghats. The whole area here was believed to be a jungle at that time. This is famous age-old Kalighat Kali temple, and this current structure was made by the families of Jamindar Subarna Roy Chaudhary in 1809. Here is also the age-old burning ghat Keoratala by the side of the river. Later in 1862, a proper crematorium was established. This is Tollygunge area at the north end of Tollygunge golf course. From Kalighat, the river flows from north to south, passing through here. Further south, this is Karunamoyee area at the south end of the Tollygunge golf course. From here, the river's direction changed to southeast this way. A little ahead from here, the metro rail runs over the river bed, and on this river stretch, metro stations Netaji, Surya Sen and Gitanjali stand. This is the river line below Netaji metro. The pillars of the overhead line have narrowed the water flow. To recollect the history of the river, during the early period, East India Company needed a navigable water line inside the southern part of Bengal. Warren Hastings, Governor General of Bengal, commissioned Major William Tolly, then in service at Fort William, to execute the river. The excavation started from Hastings by desilting and came up here near the current Nazrul metro station. From here, the riverbed turned south, but the excavation continued about 10 kilometers east this way via Godia, connecting to current Narayanpur Khal, followed by Rampur Khal and Kata Khal, falling on Piali River, thereafter to Bay of Bengal via Matla and Vidyadhari rivers. The excavation was completed in 1777, and the excavated channel was named Tolly Canal, or locally called Adi Ganga, and the cargo vessels started carrying goods to the interior part of South Bengal. From the last location, the original riverbed turned southeast. This is Boral area, and the Manashamangal folklore has reference to the river passing through this area. Although currently there is no trace of the river, possibly due to Tolly Canal carrying most water as well as quick urbanization. However, there are some locally believed landmarks establishing the river line. First is Behula Ghat inside this Boral Crematorium complex ahead. This is a renovated old pond, commemorates Sati Behula sailing with her demised husband Lakshmindar's corpse from this place. The history directs time about 2000 years in the past, which means that the river then used to flow through this location. Unfortunately, photography was not allowed inside the crematorium complex, and it is not possible to show. Ahead is the glimpses of a temple located inside the crematorium, made over about a 1800-year-old temple believed to be established by Sriman Saudagar from the family of Chand Saudagar of Manashamangal. It is also believed the river used to flow by the side here. From the last location, we follow some stretches of water line or elongated ponds, and we reach Sonarpur. Here we find a continuous water line flowing southeast this way. Although the water is from rain and sewer today, but definitely the stream followed the old river bed. From here, the local name of the water line is Adi Ganga Canal. The canal then passes through Narendrapur here near the Narendrapur Ramakrishna Mission School and continues farther southeast this way. This is a twin Shiva temple by the side of the river in commemoration of Behulas passing through this place along this river here. This is the river or the canal just next to the temple. This is Rajpur and we are following the canal still flowing southeast along the bypass. This pond nearby is called Kaur Ganga or Korer Ganga. The area belonged to Kaur family and it is believed that this elongated pond was the part of the river flowing here. In fact, a few years back, during cleaning up of this pond, continuous flow of water from below was found and there are reasons to believe that Adi Ganga actually flows below these areas. There are many such elongated ponds continues south by the side of the canal. Further ahead, we reach here Horinavi following the canal and the bypass. Horinavi has always been a culturally rich village. Since we are here, we cover one or two historical landmarks here. This is Horinavi DVAS school. Epic novelist Bibhutibhushan Bandyopadhyay lived in Horinavi for some time when he was working as a teacher at this school and here he started his initial writings. Close by, this is the ancestor house of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, built by his grandfather Harunath Bose about 200 years back. The building was given heritage status in 2013 and the nearby railway station was named Subhash Gram. Following further south, we reach Baruipur here. Baruipur is a very interesting town. The old name was Otisara village as mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat or Vrindavan Das. The first in Baruipur and the most important in Baruipur is Baruipur Judicial Court right ahead. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay lived here in Baruipur when he was posted as a deputy magistrate. He used to sit in this court. When he was living here, he wrote his first two novels, Durgesh Nandini in 1865 and Kapal Kundala in 1866. Also here in this court, poet Michael Madhusudan Datta and Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay met for the first time, the former as a lawyer and the latter as magistrate. Next is Chaitanya Temple in Baruipur. The folklore describes Sri Chaitanya Dev along with four companions travelled from Navadvip to Puri and halted here. This is about 500 years back and this temple stands today in commemoration of the event. inside the temple complex. History. This elongated pond ahead next to the temple is believed to be a part of then Ganga. Baruipur is also mentioned in Manasamangal folklore of Biprodas Piplai, originating in the late 15th century, that Chand Saudagar as well as Sati Behula travelled through here on this river. Back to the Adi Ganga Canal, the river was flowing south from the last location, and after about a kilometer and a half, this is the river stretch at Krishnamohanpur village, following south this way. The river from here forms a crescent and flows a little away west from the motorable Kulpi road. This is the river stretch at the end of the crescent as seen from the Mirpur bridge in Mirpur village about 2 kilometers farther south. The river stretch following southeast again is no longer called Adi Ganga Canal. The river flows southeast from Mirpur and after about 3 kilometers reaches here near Suryapur village. From here, as it stands now, the flow merges with east-west flowing Kulpi tidal creek from Hooghly river. From here, the southwards water line appeared silted up and only some intermittent waterlogs or small ponds remained. However, there is mention of Ganga or Adi Ganga flowing south through here in most medieval literature, including Chondi Mongol, Shitala Mongol, or Satyanarayan Katha, as well as works of modern researchers. We hence continue proceeding south towards a holy place, Chhatrabhog, mentioned in every Adi Ganga related folklore and literature. We are passing through South Barasat town center. Following many waterlogs and ponds, we passed South Barasat at about 10 kilometers south and after further 5 kilometers reached another related place, Joynagar, but no continuous surface water line could be seen. In Joynagar, we find a waterlog here called Mitra Ganga, named after a local Jamindar Mitra family. By the side of Mitra Ganga pond, we find a series of Shiva temples here, also built by the Mitra Jamindar family. Nearby, here is another elongated waterlock called Ghosh Ganga, named after local Jamindar. Both the waterlocks are believed to be part of old Ganga channel once flowing. The old name or another name of Joynagar is Mojilpur. There is a Bengali word Mojia which means absorbed, and the name Mojilpur came from a local belief that the river got absorbed in land here. Finally, this is Chhatrabog village near Krishnachandpur town, about 5 kilometers south of Joynagar. Chhatrabog is a name mentioned in all Mongol Kabbas as the river flowing through. In Chhatrabog, this is Mata Tripura Sundari temple referred in Chondi Mongol. Merchant Dhanapati Saudagar worshipped goddess Chondi here on his trade journey through the river. Nearby, this is Gaur Padapit temple commemorating the visit of Sri Chaitanya Dev on his journey to Puri as mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat. This pond nearby the temple is believed to be a part of Ganga, and it is also believed that Chaitanya Dev started his journey from here. At a little east of Chhatrabog, this pond is called Patal Ganga, and it is believed that it is a part of the river. A very old burning ghat stands by the side. This is the old burning ghat, and these are the memoriams. A little further south in Barasi village, this is Ambulinga Shiva temple. The lore goes that Sri Chaitanya Dev stayed here one night at the request of Ramchandra Khan, the local administrator of Nawab Ali Bardi Khan, and took bath in a ghat of the river at this place. The history dates back about 500 years, making sure that the river flowing was navigable then. Further, a little south from Barasi in Kashinagar, whose old name was Chakratirtho, a name mentioned in many Puranas, and here is this age-old burning ghat, which was possibly once by the side of then flowing river. According to recent researchers on the course of Adi Ganga, the river passed through Khari here, beyond which on south there were about 5 kilometers wide marshland, currently mostly paddy fields and waterlogs. In fact, as mentioned in a recent research by Pradeep Sikdar, a groundwater expert, the river water merged with the water underground in this area. There are names in many Puranas and early literature of rivers Chaumukhi, Shatamukhi, which are no more particularly traceable, but definitely concludes that there were many branches of water line flowing from this area towards Bay of Bengal. According to a local Mojilpur archaeologist Kalidas Dotto, who published a series of research work from 1920 to 1960 on Sundarban, Adi Ganga was flowing through one of those water channels and met the current Moni River here ahead in Raidighi, about 10 kilometers south of Khari. At a little drive east from Moni River, here is this Jotar Deul Shiva temple. The name came from the Jota of Lord Shiva. The temple was built by Raja Jayantara Chandra belonging to Pal dynasty of Bengal. This archaeological board dates the temple to be of 11th century. Also here in Konkondighi nearby at Pilkhana, this is a ruin site excavated by archaeologist department. The site revealed some specimens of at least 2000-year old and a typical riverside settlement. The excavation is now covered by soil. Here is a specimen of the excavation. Here is another one. It was very difficult to reach here through this kind of road. This is Shaurav Ghosh, who had been kind enough to bring us here. Thank you, Shaurav. It was interesting to note during the journey that the landmarks related to Adi Ganga were mostly on the east side of the river, where settlements grew for thousands of years when this water channel was fully flowing and navigable. It could be possible that the west side was then jungle or forest area, and possibly the current Hooghly river channel was narrower. This is Moni river again on the river bank. The combined water bodies then flew farther south to meet Ramganga river, the most possible then Adi Ganga river channel. Up to this location, we have covered about 65 kilometers or more, that half of the river route from Kolkata to Bay of Bengal. This is Ramganga, a sort of island in the Bay of Bengal wetland. Since there was no road along the Moni river, we could not follow the river from Raidigi and reached here driving through Ramganga road from Khari at the west bank of Ramganga river. This is Pancham Khea Ghat in Ramganga area at about 15 kilometers south of Raidigi. Here Moni river meets Ramganga river, and together the most possible Adi Ganga water body continues flowing south, and the Ramganga river name could have come from Adi Ganga. Here ahead is the Moni river, and the left side is Ramganga river meeting Moni river. Here also it was difficult to reach, but these gentlemen Saurendra and Balaram helped us reaching here. This is Ramganga ferry ghat. The area is about 15 kilometers from Bay of Bengal on Ganges delta and full of water channels and islands, not connected well one to other by motorable roads and bridges. People mostly rely on ferries for travel from island to island. Our next destination was Patharpratima, the next island to follow the river flowing south towards Bay of Bengal, and we opted to use a ferry to reach there, crossing this 200-meter wide river. This way we are lucky that we could flow with the once Adi Ganga water body. This is northeast end of Patharpratima, about 10 kilometers south from the last location. Here Ramganga meets another tributary, Gobodia river, flowing north-south, and the combined water body flows south from here. Unfortunately, because of mangrove ahead, we cannot see the river well from here. It is interesting to note that local people call all river channels here as Ganga. This is a glimpse of the river where there is no mangrove. the last look. A close-up of the mangrove. Luckily, we can see the river very well from here. This is near the forester office at the east end of Patharpratima Island, about 3 kilometers south of Ramganga south end, and here is this Ramganga river bank on the west side. From here, the river branches out in two directions to Rajaballabhpur Island, right up there. Farther south from here, not very far from Bay of Bengal, there are many river channels and islands in the area. In fact, there are many such channels which may be described as Saptamukhi Ganga in Ray Mongol poems composed by Krishna Ram Das in 1686. Ray Mongol is the story of another merchant, Pushpa Datta, who used to travel through these rivers to collect log, and his encounters with a folkloric tiger god Dakshin Ray. We are now almost at the middle of Sundarban. This is at the south end of Patharpratima Island at a distance of about 10 kilometers south of Ramganga. About a kilometer downstream from here, Ramganga meets a north-south flowing Saptamukhi river, a name mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat depicting Sri Chaitanya Dev's travel to Puri through this river. The meeting point is this way, but not reachable by road. This place is only 10 kilometers from Bay of Bengal. About 5 kilometers south from here, there is a place called Blue Beach of Bengal, possibly because of blue water there. And again, full of mangrove here also. Far ahead, we see Saptamukhi river, and this river channel is falling on the Saptamukhi river. It looks like that the Saptamukhi name has come from 7 such water channels falling on the river. This is one of the river channel falling on Saptamukhi. Ahead is a tourist boat, lunch dinner included. Far ahead is Saptamukhi, where this river channel is falling on. This is Bhagavatpur Crocodile Farm and Hatchery on the bank of Saptamukhi river. This is the only crocodile project in West Bengal attracting tourists throughout the year. Inside the farm, this is hatchery area. Mother crocodile is ahead. A project sign, information sign, and direction sign. We could not bring our Behular Bhala to this island, but this is Bhudev who had taken us to the places we had been today, and this is his local Bhala. This is his house, and he had been kind enough to invite us for lunch. This is Bengali home food in Kasar Thala. little kachori break. Finally, we reach Bay of Bengal. This is Henry Island in Bokhali, about 20 kilometers south from Patharpratima. The river falls here on the sea, ending about 125 kilometers of existing and lost routes. The meeting point is about 7 kilometers northeast from here, right ahead. This is Bon Bibi temple on Bokhali sea beach, where Bon Bibi, also called Bon Devi, believed to be the goddess of protection from tigers and other dangers, is worshipped. We wanted to see the image of Bon Devi we have never seen before, but unfortunately at this time the temple door is locked. Many shrines of Bon Bibi are there in the entire Sundarban area, where villagers, irrespective of religion, worship the goddess before entering the forest for work. Before we wrap up, little about Bokhali. Bokhali was first developed by Governor of Bengal Sir Andrew Fraser during 1906. There is a bungalow built by the governor still exists, although in ruins now, right ahead. Little close up. The western area of Bokhali is called Fraser Ganj, named after Governor Fraser. The earlier name was Narayantala. Now, time has come to introduce our team. Geeta, Vishwajit, and our Behular Bhala traveled along the entire river. This is Binoy Bala, Megalith Video, signing off from Bokhali, Bay of Bengal. To recap on the map, the whole journey may be divided into 5 sections. The first is Hastings to Goria, about 15 kilometers of journey. Thanks to William Tolly and Warren Hastings, this river stretch still exists, although partially destroyed by encroachments, pollution and metro rail pillars. Next is Goria to Narendrapur, about 5 kilometers. Due to the Tolly Canal carrying most water to the east as well as rapid urbanization, the river dried up at this stretch. However, although there is no visible river, there are many elongated ponds, and it is believed that the water line flows below the ground. The next is from Narendrapur to Suryapur, about 20 kilometers. Possibly due to slower urbanization at this stretch, there is continuous water line flowing southeast and south. Although the water is from rain and sewer today, but definitely the stream followed the old riverbed. Then Suryapur to Raidighi, about 35 kilometers. The original river line disappears again at this stretch as the area becomes lowland paddy fields, and groundwater researchers believe that the river water could merge with the underground water. Finally, Raidighi to Bay of Bengal, about 50 kilometers. In this stretch, The river passes through the Bay of Bengal delta, where numbers of rivers or water bodies flow and many tributaries join or branch out. Eventually, the river reaches the sea.